Hello everyone, this is the first of 8 videos I'm doing on the series on YouTube. My goal with these videos are to inspire, encourage, and to teach other people the basics of modern producing. My, le my lessons will be mostly involved with electric guitar, however, I will be using an assortment of other instruments as well. And here's the equipment I'll be using throughout this series. First is a small clone, which is an Electro-Harmonix analog chorus pedal. This pedal is meant to simulate the subtle pitch and timing differences that occur when multiple musicians or vocalists play the same note, but vary slightly in pitch and timing. The second pedal is the DS1. This pedal is made by Boss and is a stompbox distortion pedal. Distortion is used to amplify a sound which creates a gritty and growling tone. Third is the Big Muff, an Electro-Harmonix fuzz pedal. The Big Muff is probably one of the most used fuzz pedals ever, and similarly to the DS1, the Big Muff is meant to receive a gritty and growling tone, but also makes it sound fuzzier, which in turn makes it sound relatively bigger. And here are the guitars I'll be using for this series. First is my acoustic guitar, which is made by Mitchell. I'll be using this with some other guitars in some upcoming lessons. Second is my Jaguar, which is made by Squier, which is owned by Fender. Comes with 2 Alnico pickups with pickup switches. It also comes with a mid-cut switch. Third is a Strat, and this is Squier Stratocaster, which comes with a 5-way pickup switch along with the respective tone and volume knobs. The microphone I'll be using to record my amp during these lessons is the Shure SM57, which is a great microphone to record instruments like guitars and vocals. And the amp I'll be using is a Marshall Valve State Model 8040. And lastly is my dual channel audio interface by M Audio with one XLR line input and another instrument direct input. And that is the list of equipment I'll be using throughout this series. So without further ado, let's begin the video. First, you're going to need to start off with a DAW, or DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. Right here, I have FL Studio, but there's also other DAWs such as Ableton Live and Logic Pro X that work just as perfectly. The DAW that you use is going to affect each hotkey that you use. Say that you use FL, the certain hotkeys that you're going to use on FL Studio, say, is going to be different than the certain hotkeys that you're going to use on Ableton Live. Right now, I'm just going to teach you how to use the hotkeys on FL Studio. FL Studio is a great beginner's DAW because it has a small learning curve, and it's a very simple, very basic DAW, and that's what I started out on 5 years ago. Them do essentially the same thing, just with some minor differences. Hotkeys are essential when learning on a new software. The faster you can navigate your software, the easier and more efficient it becomes, and the more enjoyable it becomes. Here's a hotkey sheet I'll be using for this hotkey tutorial for FL Studio. As you can notice, the playlist and piano roll sections on this sheet are essentially the same thing. However, on the playlist, you add the shift key. So I'm going to be teaching you one layer of these because the other layer is pretty self-explanatory. So there are 2 parts to this hotkey sheet right here, a playlist section and a piano roll section. Now to get to your piano roll on FL Studio, you're going to want to find your upper bar tab at the top of your screen, and in these little squares right here, and by the way, these are all the different tabs you can open within FL Studio. So you're going to want to find the one that looks like the piano with the notes going up. And this opens up your piano roll. And a piano roll is useful because you can put in any instrument and play any pitch that you'd like with it. So first you're going to want to go in your channel rack and choose an instrument. I chose a Steinway piano off the Flex plugin. It's a very helpful plugin for very basic stuff. And channel rack houses all of the instruments you will ever need. So back to your piano roll. As you can see, my cursor is a pencil currently. What that means is that I can draw on whatever note I want anywhere on the piano roll that I decide. So if I want super, super high pitch or super, super low pitch. I can put it wherever I want. The second hotkey is a B, which is brush tool. And this helps if you're drawing in any hi-hats or any tempo-based, rhythm-based instrument, because all you have to do is click it. And unlike the pencil tool, when you click it and drag it, notes are just drawn in. The next hotkey is D, which is delete. So all you're gonna do is just press the D key and left click over a note. If I go back to the pencil, right click on my mouse, it also deletes a note. But that's if I hold the right click down on the mouse. The next hotkey is mute, which is the key T. And all that does is just mute whatever note is in that spot right there. The last hotkey I'm going to teach you is how to scrub or play a certain part in the piano roll. So if you go back to P and you press Y, that's gonna allow you to scrub over anything that you're playing. So let's add some notes in here, just anywhere, and see. I want to play that note or play that note. So those are layered. Next, all I'm going to show you is just all of the other tabs you can open in FL Studio. So first is your playlist or arrangement table, and this is where you're gonna be able to arrange the music and apply patterns and sounds wherever you want in the song. The next one is your mixer table. Which includes all the effects and the volume of all your sounds / patterns. So on the right here, you can see that all of these slots are empty, and these slots are plug-in slots. So if you want to add a reverb, you can add a reverb. And if you want to add an EQ, you can add an EQ, right? So, and you can adjust the volume however you see fit. And you can adjust the effect. You can also adjust the effect level. So say you want less reverb, you can adjust your effect level. Put a sound in the mixer board, you're going to go to your channel. To put a sound in the mixer board, you're going to want to go back to your channel rack and find that sound. And if you press Control L, it will put it on the first free open one. Now, since I've been messing around and putting stuff on the first one, it wouldn't go to the first one. But if I wanted to go to the first one, I can just go back to channel rack and put it down to 1. Or I can find this, or I can find the sound in the arrangement table, click on it, and adjust the track from there. Thank you for watching my video today on FL Basics. The rest of the series will be in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.